U.S. government is funded by the rich, and it keeps the people on the brain level of children. They create the illusion that anything is possible. I'll tell you what this is. This is a mind-controlled dictatorship in the costume of democracy. The people that are representing you are bought and paid for to keep you stupid in your small, stupid little world. USA has 5% of the world's population and 25% of its world's prisoners. People go to jail because they have 10 grams of cocaine in their pockets. Half of the prisoners are in jail for drug possession, and more than half of them are black. Why does this absurd situation not get changed? I'll tell you why. Because Washington gets paid to keep it going by the prison industry lobby. You think because the Morgans, the Gettys, the Vanderbilts, the Rockefellers, and other criminal assholes who founded America did something good with their charities, but you overlooked that they stole all their money and they never should have been rich in the first place. What I want from you, the crowd, is this, okay? I want you to change the world, and don't think that this is going to happen peacefully or you can do it alone. We need to kill the rich. You get out there, you use your weapons, you rip Washington apart. You hunt down the billionaires, the bank bosses, the CEOs, the scumbags and the liars, the governors, the lobbyists, the senators, because they're all the same, and you hang them.
Do you want people like this around your children?
Now, Matt.
Come home, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Really? That's what you want? Really?
Hands behind your back. Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
Do you want leaders who laugh about killing people who pose no threat to you, me, or them?
So, I mean, that is the land of unconfirmed.
Yes, we came, we saw, he died.
Or how about people who think 500,000 children is worth the price for a banker's war?
We have heard that 500,000 children have died. I mean, that's more children than died in Hiroshima. And you know, is the price worth it? I think this is a very hard choice, but we think the price is worth it.
Should they? Do you want an individual who wishes to brainwash you anywhere near authority? Do you?
I've also asked the school board to make a part of every day some kind of anti-violence, anti-gun message. Every day, every school, at every level. One thing that I think is clear with young people and with adults as well is that we just have to be repetitive about this. It's not enough to simply have a catchy ad on a Monday and then only do it every Monday. We need to do this every day of the week and just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way.
Do you want representatives so ready to trample your rights? Do you? That's what you want?
If I could have gotten 51 votes in the Senate of the United States for an outright ban, picking up every one of them, Mr. and Mrs. America, turn them all in, I would have done it.
And isn't it a good idea that your leaders have puppet masters like the following telling them what to do? Is it good?
My understanding is that you went out with this protector of yours who swore that you were his adopted godson.
Yes, yes.
Went out, in fact, and helped in the confiscation of property from the Jews.
That's right. Yes.
I mean, that sounds like an experience that would send lots of people to the psychiatric couch for many, many years. Was it difficult?
Not at all. Not at all.
Should psychopaths like this be allowed to develop vaccines, should they?
Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. But there we see an increase of about 1.3.
Speaking of puppet masters, do you really want one like this whispering the following into the ears of your leaders? Do you?
That for the first time in human history, for the first time in all of human history, almost all of mankind is politically awake. And these new and old major powers face still yet another novel reality, in some respects unprecedented. And it is that while the lethality of their power is greater than ever, their capacity to impose control over the politically awakened masses of the world is at a historical low. I once put it rather pungently, and I was flattered that the British Foreign Secretary repeated this, as follows. Namely, in earlier times, it was easier to control 1 million people, literally. It was easier to control 1 million people than physically to kill 1 million people. Today, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than to control 1 million people. It is easier to kill than to control.
This is what you want, really. You really, really want this. If you don't like these things, why do you continue to provide consent and material support for them? Why?
I'm the biggest fan of the Second Amendment. Many of you are. I'm a big fan of the NRA, but I had lunch with them, with Wayne and Chris and David on Sunday, and said, it's time. We got to stop this nonsense. It's time.
Why do you give them consent by voting for assholes like this, so eager to steal everything from you? If history serves as an example of what to expect from government leaders, the one and only one solution is to destroy that government, that system. The only solution is to kill the state before the state kills you.